Good morning. Hello, hello. Sorry, I'm a couple minutes late. Got logged out. The new iPhone update logged me out of Restream, and my Face ID won't work anymore. I've got to get that fixed because I guess my face has changed so much over the last few years with the weight loss and all. So, hello, hello, and welcome to Tuesday Morning Craft and Chat with Susie. I hope y'all had a great weekend. Y'all say hey as you're coming in. I had a pretty good weekend. Just, got a lot of stuff done at home. And y'all, I am knee deep in organizing and getting ready for the new year in my craft room. It's all I can think about. I just keep coming up with new ideas to organize my craft supplies, and I really want to get started with it. But I had to get this week's video filmed first. But in the meantime, I'm still working on some storage, vintage, upcycled storage ideas for my craft room. Hey, y'all. So that's what we're going to do this morning is work on some more of that. I have had these little crates. There's two of them. Something wholesale that hey, Amy. Something wholesale that I ordered years ago. I want to say, I don't know. I feel like it was like some kind of cloth something. Anyway, they came in these, and I've saved them all these years, but didn't really know what to do with them. And in organizing my stuff, like markers and Sharpies and paint pens and stuff like that, I realized that pint jars fit in them perfectly. And I have millions of pint jars because farming, canning, all that stuff. So, but the color is not terrible on these, but I'm going with a vintage industrial kind. I've got lots of blacks, lots of wood tones, lots of glass, which I think would be nice to keep these glass, but I'm not gonna because I have so much other clear glass storage. We're gonna paint these too, just because, Hey, Sylvia. All right, so for these though, I want to kind of bring that wooden element back in. And yesterday for my video, I did a little project with the Dark and Decrepit liquid patina. So I thought, why not do these? Give them that wood look. So that's what I'm going to do. This is liquid patina. It's just like the clear stuff that I use for decoupaging a lot. It's a sealer, it's a transfer medium, all that, but it also, the Dark and Decrepit is looks like dark wood, right? I don't know how it's going to look with this green underneath it, but I'm going to get these painted, and then I'm going to paint all of the jars white and distress them. All my other clear storage, I want to be able to see through, but these will have markers and stuff in them that I could see up top. Good morning, Luann. How was your weekend? Look at that. That's one little coat of the Dark and Decrepit. That's going to look super cool. I'll go ahead and do the bottom. Every year, about this time of year, when I get so tired of Christmas crafting, I start thinking about organization. And I don't know why I cannot stay organized throughout the year. And I think it's because I'm not giving myself enough storage solutions. And also this year, I added a second craft. And so I had a lot more different supplies, and that made it really hard. And a lot of the supplies I used for both. I used for the home decor and also for the paper crafting. So, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to get organized. Hey, Shayla. Thank you for coming. So have y'all started thinking about, I love organizing, first of all, but have y'all started thinking about getting organized for the new year? It's just kind of, how it always goes for me. This year, I want to start. Usually, I don't start organizing till after the first of the year, but this year, I want to get it done before the first of the year so I can, really concentrate on crafting and know where everything is. Because honestly, it's so much more fun when you don't have all the stress of trying to find what you're wanting to use. So that's my goal. I am painting these little crates, these little wooden crates. I have 2 of them. Had them a long time, and I realized that pint jars fit perfectly in them. So I thought that would be a great storage solution for markers and paint pens and stuff like that. So as soon as I finish filming this week's video, I got 2 more projects to do today. I'm sorry that you're staying home from school, or maybe that's a good thing, but not being sick. What was I saying? I don't remember. Lord have mercy. My brain. Anyway, I want these to look like, industrial, vintage, not really steampunk, but because I'm doing a lot of soft laces and stuff too. It's just my own style, I guess you would say. I know what I was going to say. After I finish today, those projects, I am going, I went to the thrift store yesterday in Coleman, and I couldn't find a rug that I liked. So today I'm going to Gardendale, and I'm going to find a rug for this room. Whatever I find, it's got to be cheap, and you can bet it is going to have, it's going to have paint splatters all over it in no time. So I don't want to, buy anything new or expensive. I just want something that makes this room feel a little bit cozier. There is no heat in this room. The building is heated, but there's no vent in this room, so it tends to get a little cold. Hello, Sister So. Yes, I am all about the organizing and cleaning. Anyway, after I go get that rug, tomorrow I'm going to start cleaning this room out. And when I organize, I like to start with a clean slate. I can't have junk everywhere and organize at the same time. I'm going to clear everything out of this room and go through piece by piece before it comes back in here. And also, I need to clean out a lot of my crafting supplies. There's just stuff that I don't use, that I don't need. And I have just recently discovered that there is a one of those secondhand craft stores in Birmingham and Homewood, and you can donate your supplies for store credit. And so I think I'm going to donate some supplies to there and go check that store out maybe next week. They are open on Sundays, so that's good. I think I'm only going to have to do 1 coat on this, really. I'll let it dry and see how I like it. Might do some dark wax over it to kind of keep that green out. Normally green is my favorite, but for some reason I just didn't care for the color on these. All right, 1 done. Yeah, the normal place that I donate to here is it's a rehab. Goes towards that. But this place is an actual craft, where people can go buy secondhand craft supplies. Well, maybe you will get a sketchbook. I know Five Below has some watercolor pads, but a lot of times you can check at thrift stores too and find stuff like that. I was actually going to do this project in this week's video, but painting mason jars is kind of a little bit outdated, I guess you would say. People have been doing it for that farmhouse look a long time. So I thought, well, maybe that's not a great idea, but I really need them to use them for storage. So, hey, Janie, how are you? How was your weekend? I was just telling everybody I'm still working on storage solutions for my craft room, and I'm about ready to gut this place tomorrow and start going through everything piece by piece. Like, it don't come back into this room until it's organized. If y'all could see this room right now, it's awful. I just have a lot of ideas. I'm also going to paint this locker thing behind me. That'll probably be next week's video with the actual, hopefully I can get it done. Hey, Mom. You're on the YouTube today. Hey, Denise. Y'all hear Weezy's bell? I always know where she is now. She started hopping up here on this counter when I'm working too, which is a new development. Nacho's sick. I don't know what's wrong with him. At home, it's got me stressed out. Yeah, I don't know what was happening with your face. I could see other Facebook comments last week. Let's see, did I see you today? Yeah, I've got some today. This is really working out good. I'm only going to have to do one coat for sure. Well, everybody else in my house says he's fine, that I'm worrying over nothing, but he is acting very weird, very unusual for him. But he's eating, so we'll see. Maybe he's just in depression or something. This is the cat that has been on Prozac before and everything, so I think he has some mental issues. He fits right in our family. So maybe he's just going through some kind of funk. Because nothing's changed that would upset him. This room doesn't look that bad to the eye, but the fact that I can't find anything that I need is, my problem. And also, it's just not fun. Like, I want to come into this room and be inspired and want to work on things and, not come in here and think, I need to clean this room. So that's my goal, is to just get organized so I can be inspired all the time. All right, I got a coat on them. I'm going to let them dry, and then I might put a dark wax over them just to give them a little bit more dimension and darkness. I mean, not that much is going to be showing. So they went from that green to now they look like a rustic wood. It's drying right there, you can see. So it looks much better. So I hadn't painted the bottom of this one. So there's that. There's what they were before. I like it. All right, now I'm going to clean my nose a little bit and we'll paint some jars. Uh-oh. Mom, did you hear me say that I'm going to start cleaning this room out tomorrow? And I'm going to go try to find a rug today. All right, I got 8 jars from my basement. And I'm just going to do, I'm going to distress them. So I'm going to do, what is this? White Swan. Basic farmhouse looking, but that's just what I wanted, so. Now she's playing with her little Easter egg. She's got a plastic Easter egg that she loves to play with. I don't even know how she found it. These are going to have 2 coats. Hey, Vicky. You want to paint the walls? I wasn't going to paint the walls. I don't want to paint the walls. They're fine. We just painted them when I moved in here. I'm going to have so much stuff up against them, we're not even going to see them. I can't show you because I can show you tomorrow when you get here, but I did paint me a sewing machine table. And I'm going to paint these lockers. Y'all, what do you think about the color on the lockers? Like, I want to go with a lighter color because I got some magnetic labels to put on them. Yes, crafting smart, not hard. That sounds good, Jennifer. I love it. That's my goal. Uh-oh. This one has something on it. Let's see. A happy color. I'm thinking maybe French eggshell. If y'all watched last week's video, did y'all see that train case? I'm thinking that color or skeleton key, which is one of my favorite DIY colors. It's like a gray blue kind of thing. Here we go. I remember those days when I was watching at work. I couldn't have the sound on. So much has changed in the last couple of years. Oh yeah, I did think about a yellow. I don't know. We will see. But I'm going for that whole, wood industrial look, and I don't think yellow would go with it. Like a vintage industrial kind of thing. Okay. Yes, I like the gray blue color too. Actually, I might have one right here. Another thing I got to do is organize this whole thing. Actually, I think I have a big skeleton key. Yeah. Well, it's dry, I can tell, so I'm going to have to. See, that's the color I'm thinking. This is completely dry. Oh, yeah. I'll have to open a new one. There's very little in there. I need to start saving those cans. Those would be cool too. I wonder if those fit in here. Anyway, I've already got this going now. Skeleton key was actually the very first DIY paint color I ever used. And I'll always remember that. I don't remember what I painted with it. I just remember that color. And that was when I got hooked. It was way before Fusion. I forgot to turn my do not disturb on, so I got a text message. Sorry, y'all. All right, there's 4 of them done. And oh, that was your first 2. It's really definitely one of my favorites. Actually, I think I painted a table, like a round table with it, and I put the one of the old transfers, just floral anthology on it. Yep, I remember that now. I guess I'll just grab the rest of these and paint them up while these are drying instead of using the heat gun. Apothecary was my second. But that's definitely a favorite, everybody's favorite. Some of these jars are just like, I don't know, peanut butter jars or jelly jars. And some of them are actual canning jars. I guess it really doesn't matter. I was thinking if I do a, I could do cake batter on this. That might be nice. I was thinking if I do a DIY paint, this is Fusion that's on here now, then I can wet distress back, and I think that would look good. If I use a Fusion, I'd have to sand it, and that'll take it down to the original ugly yellow. Well, it wasn't a pretty yellow. It was like the old locker brown yellow. I got more bookshelves. I think they're supposed to be coming today. That I have to stay until those are delivered too, because they already tried to deliver them Sunday to a business. Why would they try to deliver Sunday? And they never sent me a notification of when they were going to deliver it, or I would have even come up here. I did come up here Sunday to feed Wheezy, so I get. I'm still working on storage solutions, and I had these wooden crates. They were a weird green color, that color. Yeah, and I put some dark and decrepit liquid patina on them to make them look wood, because I'm going for a super like industrial storage solutions, even though I'm painting mason jars white, which is very farmhouse. But this is going to be to store markers and stuff like that in. Paint pens, markers, and stuff. Instead of them being in a box up under something on a shelf, they'll be out where I can see them. And that is my whole goal, is to get my craft supplies where I can see them, where I know what I have, so I can craft smart and not hard. Plus, it'll look so pretty. I've been collecting a ton of glass storage for things like buttons and thread and stuff like that. And I also want to get my sewing machine out all the time. Another problem with this room is there's one plug. It's that plug right there. So I really have to be strategic in where I put things. So I think I'm actually even going to move the lockers because they don't need a plug. And I'll probably put the sewing machine desk over here. I am not open on Sunday. I'm closed. I'm actually only open Wednesday through Saturday. I used to be open on Tuesday, but I never had any customers, and I really need a Monday. I really need 2 days uninterrupted to film videos and edit videos and stuff and go sourcing. Those are my only day really to go to the thrift stores or whatever. I can go Saturday morning before the store opens. But mostly I do Mondays and Tuesdays. Mom, I went to the foundry yesterday. And wow, I found a lot. You made me some macaroni and salad with no olives. Yay. Thank you. I'm excited. Anyway, I got 3 quilts, and I only paid $10 each for them, and 2 of them are handmade. All right, we were waiting for things to dry. I'm sure some of my first ones are dry. See if I can go ahead. Okay, I'm going to use my heat gun just real quick to get these a little dry so I can put a second coat on them. 1, 2, 3, 4. a whatnot sale next week, I think. I'm just doing one a month because I just really wasn't making anything on whatnot. So I just kind of use it as an inventory clean out sometimes. And it's fun. These are getting a quick second coat on them. Then I'll distress them and seal them. Probably won't get that done here. I might tie some baker's twine around the top of them. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just, I think my show this time is just vintage stuff. But I think in January I'm going to do a paper crafting whatnot. So I've got a bunch of stuff made up. And that part of my website has not really taken off yet. Have y'all checked out my new YouTube channel? If you haven't, be sure you do. It's a lot of fun. Especially if you love paper, which I do. It's called Susie Scraps. It's Susie Scraps. I think there's 4 videos up now. It's really laid back. I don't have to, like, I can just craft. I don't have to do voiceovers or anything like that. I'm just talking as I'm going. Well, thank you for sharing it, Vicki. Yeah, if you don't do paper, it's not going to be fun. But I've always been obsessed with paper. Can't believe how quick this project's been. I really wanted to get this done, so I'm glad I did it in this live. More. 2 more to go. Oh, cool. Yeah, I had never even heard of junk journaling until, I don't know, a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. I used to scrapbook and make cards and stuff like that. But when the junk journaling, I found out about the junk journaling, it was on. I'm making one for a Christmas gift right now, and I think it's going to be my favorite one I've ever made. I'm not filming that make, but I will probably film a flip through. A flip through. I can't talk. I've made all my girl kids one, and I don't think any of them have ever wrote in them at all. And I've gotten so much better because, of course, they were the first ones I made. But that's okay. All right, guys, I do have a ton of work to do today, so I'm going to jump off here. Just so you know, to finish these up, I'm going to put some dark wax over this. It doesn't need sealed because that is a sealer itself, but I just want to give it a little bit more darkness. And then once these jars dry, I'm going to distress them and seal them. And then I'll put all my markers and paint pens and everything in them and take a picture. So this week's video, tomorrow night's video is going to be more storage, upcycled storage solutions. And next week will be the big, hopefully next week, if nothing terrible happens and I'm able to get it done, next week will be the craft room makeover. So I hope y'all will join me for that. And thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later. Bye now.